What if I told you the Mamba mentality wasn't just about sinking a game-winning shot or hitting clutch free throws when the stakes were at their peak? What if it was about building an empire worth hundreds of millions even after stepping away from the game? Everyone talks about Kobe Bryant, the basketball legend. Few truly understand the strategic brilliance behind his business acumen. Today, we're peeling back the layers of the man, the myth, and the Mamba. Welcome to my channel. And today we explore how Kobe Bryant, through the lens of the Mamba mentality, built a business empire that continues to thrive even in his absence. The year is 2000. Kobe Bryant, the young prodigy who had taken the NBA by storm, stands on the brink of superstardom. But his ambition stretches far beyond the hardwood. As he leads the Los Angeles Lakers to the brink of victory, Kobe is already thinking about the next play, the next investment, the next way to secure his future. This isn't just a moment in time. It's the genesis of a business empire that would one day be valued at hundreds of millions. Kobe's journey began on the basketball court. His relentless drive, his obsessive preparation, his ability to refine his skills while others slept. These weren't just traits that made him great at basketball. They were the foundational blocks of a philosophy he called the Mamba mentality. And this mentality didn't belong on the court. It was a blueprint for life, a strategy for business. The first step in understanding Kobe's business empire is recognizing that his rise was no accident. It was a deliberate, well-thought-out maneuver. He understood the value of his brand and his image even before stepping off the court. In an era when athletes were becoming global icons, Kobe was keenly aware of the opportunities that lay beyond the realm of sports. When he entered the NBA straight out of high school, Kobe chose to stay with Nike instead of signing with Adidas or Reebok. At the time, Nike was seen as the underdog, but Kobe saw the potential. He saw a company willing to invest in him, in his brand, in his future. His endorsement deal with Nike was more than just a paycheck. It was a partnership, a shared belief in the power of relentless pursuit. He chose brands that aligned with his values, a strategy that paid off both personally and professionally. But it wasn't just about choosing the right partners. It was about being choosy with his time and energy. He turned down lucrative offers so he could focus on honing his skills, on pushing himself harder, on becoming better. This wasn't the approach of a young athlete. It was the mindset of a seasoned businessman. He knew that shortcuts don't build empires. They build reputations. And reputation is the currency of the Mamba mentality. As Kobe progressed in his career, so did his business acumen. He became a student of the game, not just basketball, but business. He studied companies, he read books, he sought mentors, all in a bid to understand the nuances of the market, the ebb and flow of the economy, the pulse of the consumer. He didn't just want to endorse products, he wanted to create them. And this wasn't a whim. It was a part of a larger plan, a strategy to diversify, to innovate, to disrupt. His foray into business didn't start with grandiose gestures, but with small, calculated moves. He invested in companies like BodyArmor not because it was the trendy thing to do, but because he saw a product with potential, a product that aligned with his own values of hard work and dedication. It wasn't just about making money. It was about building a portfolio, building a legacy. In 2013, Kobe took a giant leap by launching Kobe Inc. This wasn't a typical athlete-led venture. It was a full-scale operation aimed at creating, incubating, and acquiring promising companies. This move signaled a shift, a transition from athlete to entrepreneur. He wasn't just playing the game anymore. He was coaching, mentoring, investing. He was building an empire. But to truly appreciate the scope of Kobe's business empire, we must delve deeper, not just into the financial figures, but into the fabric of his ventures. Take, for instance, Granity Studios, a multimedia company that produced animated shorts featuring Kobe and his daughter Jana. At first glance, it might seem like a whimsical side project, but look closer and you'll see a masterclass in branding and storytelling. The show, which Kobe co-created with Disney, wasn't just a way to entertain. It was a way to connect, to inspire, to pass on values and life lessons to a new generation. It was an extension of Kobe's personal narrative, a brand extension that resonated deeply with his audience. Similarly, His partnership with the sports apparel company Under Armour was anything but ordinary. When Kobe teamed up with Under Armour in 2015, it wasn't just about another endorsement deal. It was about aligning with a brand that shared his relentless spirit, his commitment to excellence. He didn't just lend his name to the venture, he lent his creativity, his strategic mind, and his unyielding work ethic. The collaboration resulted in the creation of the Nike Kobe line, a series of shoes and apparel that became more than just sportswear. They were symbols of the Mamba mentality, a testament to the fusion of athletic prowess and strategic brilliance. Then there's Art of Sport, Kobe's grooming and lifestyle company. At first glance, it might appear to be a typical celebrity-backed venture, but in reality, it was another brick in Kobe's empire-building wall. Art of Sport wasn't just about creating another grooming line. It was about filling a gap in the market, providing products that catered to the needs of athletes and active individuals. Kobe didn't just launch the line. He immersed himself in the process, understanding the science, the ingredients, the logistics. It wasn't enough for him to put his name on a product. He wanted to be an integral part of its development, a true reflection of the Mamba mentality. Each of Kobe's business ventures tells a story of relentless pursuit, of strategic vision, of unwavering focus. When viewed individually, they might seem like standalone successes, but when viewed together, they form a cohesive picture of a carefully crafted empire. It's easy to get lost in the sheer numbers of Kobe's business empire, the millions earned, the companies invested in, the ventures launched. But to truly grasp the essence of his business acumen, we must zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Kobe's business empire wasn't just about making money. It was about making a lasting impact, about leaving a legacy that extended beyond his playing days. He understood the power of diversification, the importance of calculated risks, and the value of aligning with brands that shared his vision. But perhaps the most important aspect of Kobe's business empire was his unwavering commitment to excellence. He didn't just dabble in business. He immersed himself in it. He studied, he learned, and he applied the same level of dedication that made him a basketball legend to his business endeavors. If you're looking for a secret formula for success, a magic bullet that guarantees achievement, then you're looking in the wrong place. The Mamba mentality isn't a shortcut to success. It's a roadmap paved with sweat, sacrifice, and strategic brilliance. But here's the paradox. In a world where everyone talks about balance, Kobe lived life on a razor's edge. He was laser-focused, single-mindedly pursuing excellence. He didn't spread himself too thin, but rather concentrated his efforts on a select few pursuits. He understood that quality often trumps quantity, that a small number of focused efforts can yield far more than a multitude of half-hearted ventures. In an age where distractions are aplenty, where attention is a precious commodity, the Mamba mentality serves as a stark reminder. Stay focused, stay dedicated, and stay true to your vision. Kobe's approach to business wasn't just about ticking items off a to-do list. It was about transforming aspirations into concrete realities. He didn't just dream big. He made those dreams a tangible part of his daily routine. His empire wasn't built overnight. It was a mosaic of small, persistent efforts that he laid down over the course of his career. Each decision, each investment, each venture was a brushstroke in the grand canvas of his business legacy. Now let's talk about Kobe's unwavering focus. You can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Kobe understood this. He wasn't afraid to take time away from the spotlight to recharge, to heal, to come back stronger. He knew that true dedication wasn't about burning out, but about pacing oneself to ensure long-term success. In the relentless pursuit of excellence, it's easy to lose sight of the why, to become so consumed with the how that the purpose gets blurred. Kobe's why was simple: to create a legacy, to be remembered, to make a difference. He used this why as a guiding star in moments of self-doubt, a reminder of the impact he aspired to make. And here's the most critical lesson from the Mamba blueprint. It's okay to not have all the answers. Kobe didn't pretend to be an expert in every field. He assembled teams, he sought advice, he learned from those who had walked similar paths. He understood that wisdom often lies in the collective, that one person's insight can illuminate what years of solitary effort might obscure. In essence, The Mamba mentality is a philosophy, a way of life that transcends basketball courts and boardrooms. It's a call to action, a challenge to strive for greatness in whatever endeavor you pursue. It's a reminder that success isn't a destination, but a journey that demands focus, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Mamba Blueprint. If you've made it this far, you've probably felt the echoes of Kobe's wisdom, the resonance of his philosophy. Now we want to hear from you. How has the Mamba mentality influenced you? What lessons have you taken from his story and applied to your own life? Share your thoughts, your experiences, and your insights in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation. Keep the Mamba mentality alive. Before we part ways, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got more stories, more insights, and more inspiration lined up that we can't wait to share with you.